Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're here to do a sponsored game review on a game called Flight 74. This is a game that's currently on App Lab for $19.99, and as the name of the game obviously lets you know, this is a flying game. I would call this an arcade flying game where you're in a plane. And this is very different than most flying games that you're probably used to. First of all, it has hand tracking, which I think is a first across any game that actually lets you play the whole entire game through hand tracking. And it does also support controllers as well. But it's also a flying game where each mission is different from one to the next, because this is more of a where you're basically doing these missions for the cartel and you're experiencing this flight simulator, and this is built exclusively for the Quest. And it has missions that sometimes you'll be doing puzzles, sometimes you're flipping these switches, sometimes you're using guns on the plane, you're interacting with different things in the game as well, like sunglasses and stuff like that, in the actual airplane to make you feel like it's really alive. And these are movie-style campaign missions that you're basically playing, and there's different airports that you're going through. There's over 2,000 square miles of scenery that you're going to be doing, and they literally just released an update literally 2 hours before I made this video to give even more Quest 3 improvements, which we'll be talking about throughout the video. So a lot to talk about in this one, so let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech, going for a brekkie is the gaming tech, gaming techie is the gaming tech, gaming techie.
So as we talked about here, Flight 74 is a flying game, as you guys can see here, and it puts you into an airplane that has really good quality as far as the visuals and stuff, as far as I'm concerned, where the cockpit look really good. And they actually, like I said in the beginning of the video, improved it about 2 hours ago with specific Quest 3 improvements that even after I played, that made it even better. And I thought they were already really good, and now they look even sharper, but it really makes you feel like, you know, you're messing around in the cockpit and you can see things clearly and all that kind of stuff. And it feels good to control. I started off using the controller first and, you know, manipulating the plane with the controllers, and things worked as expected. You could hit all the switches on the plane. You can, you know, grab the wheel in front of you. Sometimes you get little things like this where you actually get to answer phone calls and stuff like that in the airplane that are coming through while it's interacting with you. But the controls actually work pretty well. And like I said, it's really fun to be able to play this in VR. The visuals are a lot better than even what they were, which I thought were pretty good, but with the Quest 3 enhancements. So they added more foliage with the trees and stuff like that. So while you're up close and down below on the actual airport, you'll see the trees look a lot better. Like I said, they upgraded the actual resolution and the quality of the actual interior of the plane, so everything got a pretty significant boost here, and things are looking really good. As I'm flying this plane here, the flying feels actually pretty good in this game. You know, the controls feel solid with the actual controllers. I was flying through the canyon and stuff like that, you know, following somebody and kind of getting the lay of the land on how to actually do this. And what really makes this game exciting, as you guys can see here while we're doing this, is you don't know what's going to happen mission to mission. One mission here, I just got shot down and the plane's actually going down, and I have to do an emergency landing because you don't know, because you're basically working for the cartel. That's essentially what the story is being set up as. It's a cartel has basically grabbed you, and you have to do specific missions for them, and they brought you over to their side. But every mission is something new, and you don't know what to expect. They start you off by shooting your plane down. The next mission that I was doing, I had to follow the cartel, and something happened to him, and then obviously after that you start doing cartel missions and stuff. Sometimes you're doing bomb runs, sometimes you're doing narcotic runs, sometimes you may even have a gun that you're actually using in the plane and stuff like that, and sometimes you even find yourself doing some puzzles. Here, one of the missions here where I actually had to do an emergency landing at this airport or at this runway. I didn't think I was going to hit it. I thought I wasn't going to be able to hit it because it was my first time. I was trying to control the plane for the first time. You have to manipulate the throttle and everything. As you can see me here lowering it and everything. So there's a lot to actually, you know, handle for your first time as you would a real plane. But surprisingly, you know, I was able to actually land the plane, not exactly on the runway, but it landed somewhere. It landed somewhere, and I was able to pull the emergency brake and, you know, get some sort of landing on there, which is pretty funny. I do like that these missions are being told through in story format, so it makes it feel like big, giant campaign missions.
Hi, honey. I'm flying near some hills right now, so my service is spotty. How's Jimmy's birthday prep going?
It's getting there. He's so excited that you're going to be here this year. I just want everything to be perfect.
It will be. Everyone knows you make the best birthday cake, or at least try really hard.
Really good, though.
Whatever.
And they only did the
Honey,
graphics
sorry,
once, so
I've got to
they
go.
did the
I'm
first
running into
half.
a small issue up here.
If you disobey of you scattered all over the island.
That's awesome.
All right, you've made your point. What now?
You will follow Ernesto. He is our lead narcotics runner. Now go.
Like I said, also, you can actually manipulate objects that you can actually find in the plane, like these glasses here. Sometimes they have coffee and all that kind of stuff. And when you put the glasses on, it actually shades everything like you would expect it to. So it's not just there for fun, but it actually provides a visual enhancement into the game, which I thought was pretty cool. On a positive note here, I was able to actually land the second time that I played the second mission here, where I had to land on a different strip from the other side here, and was able to land successfully and not go completely off the runway. And, that was pretty fun. I then switched over and started using the hand tracking for the second mission that I played here. You can see you have to hit all the different switches on the plane to basically start it back up, turn on the engines, and manipulate the brake and all that underneath, and turn the brake off so you can go ahead and start, going in the air and stuff. The hand tracking worked a lot better than I expected it to, because a lot of the hand tracking games I've played don't seem to control very well, but the Quest 3 does have a markable improvement over that, which is great. And this game definitely takes advantage of those features, and the hand tracking seems to work really well on here, manipulating the train. And it's cool to be able to just use your hands to just kind of flip switches, up and over, or turn them on, turn them off, and grab the wheel and stuff like that. And it's cool to have the option to play with either controllers or hand tracking, and to see the hand tracking work pretty well in this game. So overall, guys, I found this game super fun and super unique. Like I said, the hand tracking really makes it stand out with how well it was working. The fact that you're doing campaign-style missions that you never know what you're going to do next in this game. One of the missions here you guys are looking at is you're going through these waypoints and stuff that you use your camera for, and you're seeing the system, and it's telling you where to go, and you're following it, but different things happen throughout the mission. Like, for example, this one here, I had to drink a cup of coffee because everything went hazy because I was getting so tired. So I had me drink a cup of coffee, and that's how you regain energy. Or this next one here, I was doing a bomb run, and I had to drop this on a meeting that was going on because they were stealing some of his weapons that he wasn't happy about for the cartel. So I had to line up my plane and actually drop things on them, and kind of disrupt their meeting and disrupt the cars that they had going on. So there's all these different mission types. You never know what to expect next from this game, which is one of my favorite things about it. And there's 2,000 square miles of scenery that you're going to be flying through in 7 different airports. So there's a lot to explore in this game, and the graphics in the Quest 3, like I said, have gotten a pretty good improvement, and now they look even better than they did before. And things in the cockpit look great. Everything is legible. The graphics are looking awesome, and the style of gameplay is more of an arcade-style flying game, obviously, with doing cartel missions and stuff, but that's definitely right up my alley, and I'm having a lot of fun with this one. If you guys like a story-based game where you're doing flying and doing all these different things while you're flying, and interacting with a lot of different things on the plane, and doing these campaign-style missions, this is definitely a game I urge you to check out that's sitting on App Lab right now. It probably should be on the official store at this point because it seems super well-polished and has a lot to do in it, but either way, it is on App Lab. You can purchase it right now. If you guys have any questions about anything you guys have seen, as always, leave it down below. If not, thank you guys for watching. Till next time.